Hello and welcome to this live interaction with me, Ashish Parekh, and today we'll be talking about one of the most important sectors that a lot of people are concerned about. You got governments talking about it, you got parents talking about it, and most importantly, the future of children is hanging in balance given the fact that various sectors have been unlocked, but there is absolutely no clarity as far as schools and educational institutes are concerned, and that is what is a huge concern for governments across the country. Now with Unlock 5.0, there has been a discussion about a staggered relaxation of lockdowns as far as schools are concerned. So states again have to take decisions on their own, because we've got one set of states in the country that have continuously seen an increase in cases even now, while there are other states where the situation is mildly under control. But given the fact that we have a festive season in October and November, the situation could very much go out of hand, and this is something that the governments do realize. And also knowing the fact that allowing schools at such a critical juncture where we are just getting down from the first peak and possibly heading towards the second peak, allowing schools could be directly putting children at risk. This is something that a lot of governments have in mind, and that is why they have decided to frame their own set of rules and regulations as far as unlocking schools are concerned. So here is what each state, I'll just list out a few states and also read about the situation in those particular states and what exactly they're planning to do, whether they'll be opening schools from October 15 or have they deferred opening of schools. Let's just take a look at all of the details of all of these following states. First up, let's speak about Karnataka. Now, Karnataka Chief Minister B.S. Yediyurappa has gone ahead and said that the state government is not at all in a hurry to open schools, and after holding a high-level meeting with the officials regarding the COVID-19 preparations, he came out and said that the topic of opening schools did not figure in any of their discussions at all. And also they said that they are not in a hurry to open schools amid the pandemic. Now this is coming despite the fact that school managements are somehow asking the government to find a way to somehow open schools, whereas parents are clearly coming out and saying that we absolutely do not want schools to be open given the fact that the pandemic is still not completely under control. There is no vaccine as of yet, and this could directly put the lives of our children under control despite all the logistical issues that the school managements might be facing at this point in time. Moving on, Telangana. The Telangana government has also issued guidelines under Unlock 5, but no decision has been taken as far as reopening of schools and cinema theatres is concerned. Now, according to the government order issued by Chief Secretary Somesh Kumar in Telangana, separate orders will be issued regarding the date of opening of schools and coaching institutions in the particular state. Also, let's speak about the national capital, Delhi now. Now, the decision to open schools in Delhi, not to open schools, in fact, will continue, and this is something that the government will follow until October 31st in Delhi. That means that till October 31st, schools will not open at any no matter what, the schools will remain closed in Delhi, and that is what Deputy Chief Minister Manish Sisodia has come out and said. And interestingly, he also holds the educational portfolio, so his statement clearly puts a stamp on the fact that even in Delhi you will have the schools remain shut till October 31st. Let's move on to another southern Indian state now, Andhra Pradesh. Now, the YS Jagan Mohan Reddy led government has also decided to not resume normal classes till November 2. Now, what they've decided is, again, like any other government, they've decided to follow the wait and watch policy. They'll be looking at the situation in the state. Yes, there has been some sort of a control as far as the COVID-19 situation is concerned. They want to wait out till the festive season passes as well, and after that, they'll be taking a decision whether to open schools or make them keep them shut as far as the pandemic is concerned. Moving on to West Bengal now. Now, the Mamata Banerjee-led TMC government in West Bengal has also decided not to open schools till mid-November, given the fact that you got again festivals coming up, and also you got Navratri, which is being celebrated with large fervor, and also Diwali as well coming up, and all of these festivals are celebrated with huge fervor all across North India and all of these parts of the country, and that is why all of these governments are also deciding to follow the wait and watch policy. Moving on to Maharashtra now, which saw an increase in cases after Ganesh Chaturthi. Maharashtra government has also decided to defer the resumption of normal classes till the end of this month. So we're talking about the government asking states to decide whether to open schools in a graded manner after October 15 or not, and most importantly, many of the governments are deciding to not open schools till the end of this month, and looks like the Karnataka government is also following a similar pattern. Speaking about Tamil Nadu, the safety of students is what we are focused on right now, and that is what Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu had to say, and he also added that they will decide when schools will reopen after the joint round of discussions with the Education and Health Department and also other departments that also come into the picture. This is something that the Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu and also the Education Minister has come out and said, and these are some of the key states that we've been tracking as of now, and these are some of the key states that a lot of people are talking about. On the other hand, you also got states like UP, Punjab, Haryana, Jammu and Kashmir that have allowed senior students inside school premises, but there has been no decision as far as primary schools are concerned. To speak to us more about this, I'm joined in right now with School Association General President Dr. Sashi Kumar right now. First of all, Mr. Sashi Kumar, tell us about this particular decision that Karnataka government has taken at this point in time of not allowing schools to reopen till a certain period, till the situation is under control.
Yes, this is the situation in Karnataka because it is a central government SOP given to given decisions to their respective states. But unfortunately, Karnataka has a different scenario comparatively to other states of India. Because here already the schools are functioning in the name of Vidyagama, and it is unfortunate that under this program there was a certain SOP, but that was not followed, and COVID has been attacked for the teachers, for the children, and there are hundreds of deaths of the teachers across the states, and hundreds of students have been COVID positive. This is unfortunate because Government of Karnataka Education Department, especially Education Minister of Karnataka, he is so mean in this situation, trying out some different methodology to have a continued education. Instead of putting infrastructure in place, they started Vidyagama, wherein 3 to 4 students could be given continued education by the respective teachers of public school going to their house or nearby. But this has not happened across the Karnataka, within the school premises, within the class. Hundreds of 3rd standard, 4th standard, 5th standard children were without any social distance, mask or sanitizer or a temperature check. They have been provided classes from almost 1.5 to 2 months. This is the outcome now, and there is a huge cry across because private school, as you said, I would clarify, private school did not want to start the school, but we demanded that 9th to 12th in order to see that their continued academic, as per the central government, please prepare SOP. That was not happened in Karnataka. Unfortunately, the private schools were not given permission. Now we are not demanding for nursery or primary, but the government schools started. So naturally parents started disputing, when government could do the class, why not private schools? When we are taking fees, the minimum fees, because there are few parents who have paid fees, 20-30%. Those parents, really they were worried, whenever we have paid the fees, why are you not conducting the class? This made some private schools also to conduct class, which is illegal. It is not on record. So even association has aired their grievance. This should not happen. Please come out with some strategy plan A, plan B, plan C, and see that every child is being reached by other means to keep continued education, but not in this situation, opening a school for primary or lower primary and take a big risk. That is our stance from the CAMS Association.
Absolutely. Also, Mr. Sashi Kumar, now one important point that has to be noted is that the government's decision, not just Karnataka government, but governments across the country, their decision has clearly been triggered by the fact that parents are still concerned about sending their kids to schools. But from the association end, has there been any sort of an assurance that you have promised about the safety precautions that would be taken? Yes, you asked them to prepare a list of SOPs. There has been a list of SOPs from the center as well, but from the association end, from the consortium that the private schools are under, has there been any sort of assurance that has been given to the government and also to the parents that so and so measures will be taken and we will be making sure that your kids remain safe? Has that sort of communication happened?
This is again one more unfortunate thing because government education department doesn't want stakeholders to be heard. That is the biggest drawback because we are ready. Even 21st, we were ready with all our school buildings sanitized because there is another important issue to be looked. That is, across the state, across the country, there are various type of infrastructure, various type of schools, various type of parenting, various type of regular routine happens in schools. So keeping all this together, including public school and private school, we are supposed to make a SOP, give a trial for bigger students. If something goes good, then you'll have to naturally come down. But this is not happening here. Unfortunately, government of Karnataka has, with its adamant nature of putting some module, it has come out with Vidyagama and spoiled the entire mindset and the safety and security of the society, because now the parents are really worried because hundreds of teachers have died. Teachers were sent to COVID duties. It was a very risky job. And the same teachers were used to go and teach Vidyagama. Naturally, these already infected teachers, whether it is the teacher or the child, we can't know who is the carrier, but the COVID is high. I mean, it has been increased. So this is the present situation. We are really worried about it. And now each and every politician, though the association held our grievances to all departments, that is including Chief Secretary, including the DG of this state, that is Mr. Praveen Sir, the Principal Secretary of Home Department were being given complaint. These people never took any call, leaving this. So this is the situation now. There is a death.
Absolutely. Mr. Shashi Kumar, before we wrap up this discussion, what is the message that you want to give out, one, to the government and also to the parents who are watching this live interaction right now? What is the word of assurance that will be coming in from the association end?
Parents, have patience. We are very sensible in this situation. Please don't compare with public school, private school and start comparing and there are certain section of parents who don't want school. There are large number of parents who want school. There is both the sections. But looking at the situation, even we want to look through with the safety measures. So we all are with you. We will try to give online, offline and other remedials. Till then, let the COVID come to some certain things, and only higher classes, that is PU or 10th, might be a given chance.
Absolutely. Thanks a lot, Mr. Shashi Kumar, for joining us. That was the General Secretary of the Schools Association, Primary and Secondary Schools, Mr. Shashi Kumar, clearly saying that the government is not really taking stakeholders into confidence when it comes to deciding on whether resumption of schools should be allowed or not, and also the fact that there are very glarious, very glaring lapses as far as the government is concerned while it is making decision on the reopening on schools, and also clearly giving out an assurance to parents that the schools as well are very sensitive to the situation. And yes, everyone wants to get back to normal life, but the pandemic is something that everyone has to deal with at this point in time, and looks like it doesn't really look like it will stop anytime soon. And that is why a lot of people are growing impatient. While parents do not want the schools to be opened, you got schools that want to again restart functioning like they used to earlier as well. So do let us know what you guys think in the comment section below, and in case you also have an opinion on this particular topic, whether schools should be allowed to reopen like normal, do let us know in the comment section below. And also do not forget to like, share and subscribe to News 9 Digital. Thanks for watching.